Microsoft, they plan to spend, get this, folks, you're going to think I'm misspeaking or have misspoken, but I am not. I had to check this 3 times. $80 billion this year, 2025, on data centers. Now, that's not just one name. That's a data center has a lot of things that go into it. We just talked about 2 of them. A lot of Nvidia chips, sure. A lot of servers, sure. Energy that Pete touched on when he mentioned nuclear and so forth being one of the areas people are reaching out to for powering these data centers. But Microsoft, folks, unusual activity. Yeah, it was back in November, but look where the stock was in November. Stock was $418 a share. They were buying the February 405s. Well, now those calls are deeper in the money. That was already an in-the-money call back then because the stock was 418, so call it $13 in the money. They were trading for $31. Well, now with the stock at 433, they're still doing pretty well. And look at all that upside potential before you run into significant resistance. That's what I'm talking about, Pete.
That's an incredible move. Again, the UOA, unusual option activity. It's been phenomenal, John. You can talk to anybody who's out there that's been a part of our work here at Market Rebellion has seen this and said, holy crap, and more and more and more, we're seeing more people that are finally starting to get there. John, when you think about options themselves and the growth that we have seen in the options world again in 2024, it gives you a little bit of an idea of where we're going, because I don't think it's done. I think the volumes are going to continue to get more and more as more people get educated and understand the leverage rather than all the risk that everybody always likes to talk about, which is false. If you have the knowledge, you can understand a lot more about that. But Microsoft, going back to that one real quick, John, expanding the computing capacity is something that they've been talking about. The money that you just put out there, how about this? In 2024, they spent the same type of movement that they were trying to do, $50 billion. Now building out the data centers, $80 billion. These numbers are pretty staggering. By the way, it almost matches, or it does, I guess, but the free cash flow that Microsoft has of $61 billion. So this is something that I think is really, really interesting. They're doing all the right things. Microsoft, the leadership there has been solid for ever since they decided to go the direction that they did. I'm really excited about what we're seeing. And oh, by the way, the earnings growth just continues to be there as well, John. It was last year, the pace was 11%. The growth is there. This is a really, really dynamite company that I think has plenty of upside still.
Yeah, we try to point out for you guys, again, we can never pull the trigger on your trades. You have to do that. In other words, your entries and exits, they're your entries and exits. We can point out why we see unusual activity and what we think that portends. But when you look at something like what's going on in Microsoft right now, they are one of many names that's going to benefit from AI. And Microsoft has a significant investment in OpenAI. They have a significant investment in these data centers now that are going to be close to $80 billion worth. So you look at AI and you don't say Microsoft, you're really missing out. It's Microsoft, it's Nvidia, it's Dell, it's Supermicro Computer, it's so many different names.